Hello, everyone. My name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is December 16th, 2022. And the big question is, are we going to hold support? Okay, I had this right here in the thumbnail, but I think another way of looking at this obviously could be the orthogonal or the straight support zone. So let's put that in right now, which would be around here, right? So will we hold support? Okay, and can we wick below? Sure. But what we don't want to do is create a swing failure pattern where we ultimately are coming up and going back down. All right, so that's the idea. That's what we don't want to do. That's what we're looking out for. But more likely than not, we do find support, especially since this right here is quite strong support, right? This is where we were butting our heads up against for about 2+ weeks, okay? And we did break out of this inverse head and shoulders. I think everybody remembers. And we made that high, and it looks like we're retesting this right here. I thought that this was the retest of that neckline, but looks like this is the retest, okay? And this is the issue and the complication or the challenge with corrective patterns, right? It's really hard to say, like, this is a retest technically, but is this the retest? Okay, clearly it wasn't, because we came all the way up and then we came all the way down. Okay, now this isn't again, at this point in time, we have not broken support. We have not broken major support. Okay, I was saying yesterday that this was a support line, and it is. But we didn't hold that. Okay, so was it a major support? It wasn't major support. This right here is major support. This is support, but this is major support. We want to hold this, and if we lose this one, then it's serious. Losing that one, it's not the end of the world. Okay, it's like tomato. You can put in a zigzag, you could put in a flat. There's lots of ways to put in a corrective pattern, okay? So that's what I'm seeing. That's essentially what I'm seeing on the charts. And what I'm doing is, I'm basically, as a trader, I'm protecting against downside risk with my positions. I'm rebalancing my positions, and I'm on the small time frames. I'm on the 15-minute time frame, just observing this price action. Looking right here for a consolidation reversal pattern, okay, on the small time frames. Bitcoin does not look like the best example of a clean consolidation reversal pattern, but we're going to go through the watch list really quickly and see other assets that look a little better, okay? Akanksha says, hello, I think we're going back to test 15K range. It's possible. I don't know, though, because Akanksha, like I said, this support right here is quite significant, and 15K is way down there. 15K is way down there. Okay, this support's quite significant. We did spend before breaking up and out of this range. There's a lot of ways you can look at it. You can look at it as a triangle that we broke up and out of, okay? That wasn't a small feat, right? That price pattern took us 20 days, right, to form and then break up out of. excuse me. And then it took 16 or 17 days prior to the breakout to retest. Okay, which seems like, yeah, very believable. It's not, something that's crazy to conceive of, right? So you make your pattern, you break up and out, you retest. Yeah, I can believe it. I can believe it. Could we come back all the way down here? Absolutely, but it's unlikely. I think it's less likely than holding this and then breaking up and out from here. Okay? So, like I said, right now, as it stands, I'm on the small time frames looking for a breakout. Just observing the price action. And I think if you look at some other assets, it's another good way to understand just where we're at, right? Bitcoin's at a place where we could go lower and still not make a lower low on the high time frames, yeah? But a lot of altcoins are at a very crucial point, right? Very crucial support level where they've pretty much held this support for, let's say, more than a month, okay? So this is a very important level if we're to break out anytime soon, right? As you can see, you can put in 2 degrees of AB basing over here and a pivot. That works perfectly, right? 2 degrees of AB basing and a pivot. And here's your pivot right there. I think that this is a likely point of breakout. If it's not, then there's much more downside. That's my read. Like, looking at the altcoins, if we don't break up and out from here, there's much more downside. Okay? Moving on, you can see the same thing in Cardano, right? Kind of like Polkadot for 36, 37 days, you've created this range. 2 degrees of AB basing, right? You can count it. And then you're probably putting in a pivot down here, a small pivot, right? On the really small time frames. If this breaks right here, much more downside. Not a little, much more. Okay? That's how I'm seeing it with the altcoins. The altcoins are at a very important point of support, right? Bitcoin's at an important point of support, but not like the altcoins. The altcoins are at a crucial level of support, okay? Going down the line, you see Dodo, same idea, 36 days, right? 2 degrees of AB basing, you can count it like this, something like that, and then here's your pivot, okay? Crucial level of support. If you break this, that doesn't mean a small break, that means a continuation of an impulse, okay? A continuation of an impulse on a higher time frame, right? You can see, like, for Dodo and a lot of other altcoins, this isn't just a break of, well, I guess you could come down here and still be okay, right? But in any case, yeah, staying on the hourly time frame, I think we can make our point why this is so important for altcoins. Okay, Ethereum, same, right? You can see your initial break of structure, your counter. This, I think, this is a little tricky, but I would say that this is a kind of 5-wave, 3-wave move. I think this is a zigzag. I want to say that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave sequence, and then this is a 3-wave sequence retracing between the 0.5 and the 618 of that 5-wave sequence. So if you take your Fibonacci retracement tool from the bottom to the top, you can see that this small a is likely to be a 5-wave move, right? That's an A, by the way. Let me rewrite that. And this, what we experienced recently, was your counter. Very likely to get a move from here, okay? Maybe you get a pivot down here somewhere on the smaller time frames, but you get a move up. Excuse me. Okay, Zilliqa. Same thing. These are important levels, right? Like, you can look at Bitcoin and not really perceive this, but if you look at most altcoins, you'll see this support is 36 plus days of support, right? It's basically the bottom of what was formed from the FTX debacle, right? That was the drawdown of the FTX debacle. And all of this is sorry. All of this is the aftermath, the absorption of the supply of that FTX drawdown. Right? Yesterday I thought this was a zigzag, but looks like a flat correction right here. And then your pivot's probably down here somewhere. Okay. But yeah, going down the line, any altcoin you take, most altcoins, not any, most, you're likely to see something similar. That's a 5-wave move. This looks like some version of a 3-wave move. Like something like this. Something like this. And this looks like a pivot, to be honest. Just taking my Fibonacci retracement level. Yeah. See. If you were... This is that second degree AB base. And this looks like the pivot right here in Dogecoin. Litecoin. Litecoin is... Okay, my count before was that this was impulsive, right? I think I said that this was 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. That's still a likely count. That's still a likely count. One of the reasons for that is this. Take your Fibonacci extension tool from this purported wave 1. Oh, whatever. Close enough. Retracement of wave 2. There. It's possible that this is a type of leading diagonal, okay? Obviously, you know, you're not, this is not a regular wave 3 extension. Regular wave 3 extension would get to 1618. So, I don't know. You look like you're making higher highs, okay? So you're matriculating up, and I think the reason I say leading diagonal is because if I take my trend line from here in Litecoin, yeah, see, we just broke that. Let's see. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe. It's possible. Leading diagonals are hard to read when they're forming, right? This could be wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4. Obviously, it's 5 3 5 3 5, right? Wave 4. It could be a leading diagonal. Okay. Don't know. But all I know is that this is an uptrend. It's not the prettiest uptrend in the world, but it's an uptrend. Okay. It's an uptrend. So that's my best. That's my best guess on what's going on with Litecoin. Synthetics. Let's see. Again, this is kind of what Akanksha is saying is likely to happen with Bitcoin. I don't think so at this point, but you did something like this. 1 second. Yeah, I like that. I think this is likely a flat correction of some sort. I think that's likely. So let's measure that second degree A base. Probably be from here, yeah. Okay, yeah. So it just hit the 786 right here. I think that's likely. And then some sort of small consolidation before we move back up. But it's clearly a flat correction, and you're clearly basing here, unless you create a significant, substantially lower low. Let's see. Even in this drawdown, it's slanted, but you can see some sort of consolidation reversal. Possible consolidation reversal. We don't know if it is or isn't. Right? That could be 2 degrees of AV basing and a pivot if you start moving sooner than later. The measurements are legal. The measurements work. Algorand. Okay, this is one of those slanted high time frame consolidations, kind of like Cardano. But yeah, you need to bounce here for fault of making a substantially lower low, right? Because this has been your consolidation reversal since the drawdown of the FTX debacle, right? Sorry. Yeah, that's right. I think something like this, something like that, and then this is the pivot, I think. But yeah, this is it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. But yeah, if that does move, if and when that does move, it's going to move quite strongly, because there's going to be a lot of short positions, a lot of people short that are going to get caught on the wrong side of the trade. So it's going to pump quite nicely. XRP is an example of one that's showing a really nice consolidation reversal structure thus far, right? Not exactly sure if it's going to hold, but yeah, that was your, on the small time frames, right? Your initial break of structure, your counter, your second degree, right? So you're putting in some AB basing on the small time frames. Now this does have to move in this direction. This could be an intra-wave consolidation for continuation to the downside, but it is looking very AB basy. Okay. On the high time frames, on the higher time frame, just looking at the 1 hour, you do see that this is an important move. It's a very important move. Because if you look at this, like a zigzag, this is 1, 2, 3. I would say that, here, let's see. I think if we've measured this before, but this is some sort of zigzag from here. Taking this low. Yep. Yeah, this move is a three-wave move. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. And it seems like this is some sort of running flat. And then I would say that your pivot goes like this. So I'd say you're in a pivot for XRP. Okay, BNB. We've looked at this a bunch on the much higher time frames, but I think on the much higher time frame, this is a zigzag. And then this is the pivot that you're in right here. So, yeah, we need that bounce for that to all be true. Alright, so that's essentially what my analysis is. Akansha says, just asking, how many bull markets in crypto have you seen? This will be my first. I got in 2017. So I've seen I don't consider an uptrend, a corrective uptrend, a bull market. So I would say in 2017 when I got in, I wasn't even paying attention, but I bought a lot here, and I didn't even look at it. I just bought some. I didn't buy a lot. I bought some, and I let it just go. And so I randomly like checked the wallet, and I was like, oh, there's profit. And then I switched it out for some other assets. And that's when I started getting serious, because I was like, oh, that's a lot more than I put in, okay? So I guess this was my first bull market, but I didn't get in at the beginning. I got in somewhere near the middle or near the top. But I still made some profit. And I wouldn't consider this a bull. Well, yeah, this is a bull market. This is yeah, so I guess this would be my third bull market. I guess I've seen 2 technical bull markets, but I don't count 2021 as a bull market. Okay, that was a series of higher highs, but I don't count that as a bull market. But yeah, just 2017, 2019, and then yeah, and then this would be my third. But I haven't been paying attention as an analyst for really any of them. I was trading in 2020, but I wasn't an analyst, a real analyst, until maybe here. And I started paying attention, analyzing, and then, getting serious with my analysis there. The other thing I'm looking at is the DXY, obviously. Akansha says, you have 546 subs, whereas everyone else is YouTube shadow banned. You looks like it's not sending all your sub notification. Yeah, it does that sometimes. Even big channels that I'm subscribed to, sometimes I don't know when they go on. Yeah. I don't mind, though. People see it when they see it. My main preoccupation is just my positions. I just so happen to do YouTube, but I'm a trader first, speculative trader, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, that's pretty much where my focus is. At some point, maybe I'll do something to enhance this YouTube channel, but it's really not. I just come on here, listen to classical music like I do when I'm alone, and yeah, share some thoughts and ideas. So the other thing I'm looking at is the DXY, obviously, and we are at a point of resistance in the DXY. It hasn't changed, but what's happened in the past 24 hours is we look to be putting in some AB basing at this resistance level. Okay, so yeah, up, we knocked down, came back up, knocked down, came back up. I do expect a move down eventually, right, from these levels. And I think that'll coincide with our move up in crypto. So yeah, always looking at the DXY, but the DXY does look like it's at resistance. So I think sooner than later, I do expect a move in crypto. That move has been well overdue, long overdue. And when I'm saying a move, I mean a real big move, because it's really been, I believe we've been seriously oversold. Seriously oversold. So yeah, like I said, that's what I'm doing basically. I'm looking at the small time frames. I'm really trying to scout these patterns, and I'm looking out for a consolidation reversal for a big move, not just a small move, but a big move, because we need a big move if it's going to be a reversal, right? A proper reversal has to be big. It can't be some lukewarm kind of little move. So we'll see. But as I said, on the higher time frames, this is a very imperative. It's imperative, either imperative or not, but it's imperative that the altcoins do that, because a lot of the altcoins are on very important support levels, as I showed. All right, that's pretty much it for me today, guys. I hope that was helpful. I hope this was useful. So Akanksha says, do you have any theory on who Satoshi Nakamoto was? I have no idea. I have no clue. A very bright man. Very bright man. That's all I know. Other than that, no clue. I wouldn't be surprised if he was a group of people, and it was just a pseudonym for a group of people that wanted to change the world in that way. And I wouldn't be surprised if that were the case. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it weren't one person. You know, definitely don't think it's a Japanese guy. I think the last thing you would do is, if you were Japanese, you don't want to be found, and there's a great reason. I think Bitcoin or crypto doesn't work if Satoshi Nakamoto is like an Elon Musk, like a personage, and all the personness distracts from the idea, right? The idea, because people are complex, and they can be criticized. They don't do everything perfect, and so if it were attached to an individual, and that individual were known, I think it would be a detriment to the whole idea, the concept, the movement. So I don't think they're Japanese. That's one thing I feel confident about. Like, they did everything in their power to to stay anonymous, because that anonymity was crucial to the, I think. And then Akanksha asks, how big of a move are we talking about here? The beginning of the bull run. So a massive move. I read somewhere Satoshi Nakamoto in Japanese means Central Intelligence. I would not be surprised if it were a group of people. RCIA, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But, yeah, I get the sense it's not a person, and I get the sense it's not a Japanese man. Okay, yeah. That's pretty much it for me, guys. Take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we get a big move. I'm really, fingers crossed. I do not want to clean up a mess of, stopped out positions. I hate that. All right. G-Tekken says, let's go. Akansha says, should I buy XRP or XLM? Better ROI? It depends on your... Let's look at XLM really quickly. I don't know anything about XLM because I haven't charted it. But XRP, we know. We've charted it enough on high time frame. We know that it's likely going to be a big mover, just based off of what it's done. Let's look at Binance. So high time frame, right? So you never know, but you just you can get a good sense, probabilistic sense as to what's happening. So here you don't have much information. You can see here it's a truncated chart where you literally just have some sort of flat correction, but you don't know if there was other moves here. This looks like a part of a corrective move. Let's see if there's any other better charts. Yeah, that seems like it. There's not much we can say about this other than this correction looks finished. That's the only thing I could say about this. This correction looks finished. And because, we could say that this is a 5-wave move. I mean, if you say this is a 5-wave move and this is a 3-wave move, let's measure it in terms of time. That's another clue. I want to say that we go and end here. So like 336 days. Well, either way, however you slice it, this seems corrective. Does not seem impulsive, right? Because the time is there's too much discrepancy in the time it takes to go up and the time it takes to come down. So I would say this. More likely than not, that this is the end, or this is the latter part of a larger correction. And this asset, XLM, Stellar Lumens, has never been in proper impulse. And so this coming bull run will be the first time it's ever been in proper impulse. That means it's complete price discovery. There's nothing on this chart. Using Elliott Wave, using the data I have available, that can give me any inkling whatsoever as to what it can do in that coming impulse, right? Because I have no impulsive information prior to this movement, right? So I don't know. But I know that XRP, I kind of know more about XRP. So I would say if you want to control for risk, right, XRP is more likely than not to perform. XLM may also perform, but I don't know. I have no idea. And remember, it's also possible that this can continue correctively, right? Who knows? Maybe it's some sort of a complex correction where this was an X2 wave or something like that, right? It would be like this, right? And this is Y. So this next bull run is going to be a Y wave, and then you're looking for Z. That's possible. Because of that, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't trade this, because for me, my edge is reading the charts, and the charts don't give me any assurance as far as I know, right, from the skills that I've built to tell me that this is going to enter into proper impulse. So that's my answer. It would be XRP for sure. Not that, XLM may not go into impulse, but it's just, again, you have to talk about risk when you're trading. Risk is a huge thing. There's so much unknown. If you control for risk and saying, well, this is what we know, this is what we don't know, this is the less risky bet. I would say XRP's less of a risky bet, even with all of the courtroom issue. XRP's less of a risky bet, in my estimation. Okay, are we getting a move? Okay, waiting. We've been waiting, I'll tell you. Okay, we've been waiting for 180 days for a move up and out of the bear market consolidation. And then more specifically, we've been waiting for 36 days for a move up and out of the mini FTX drawdown. Okay, so looks very promising. Okay, we don't know for sure, but it looks very promising on a lot of charts that you do get a bounce from here. Right? It just looks very based. Looks very based. You know what I mean? Like, just, and I love having a watch list because it gives me a sense of what the market's feeling. I don't know how to put this in words. It gives me a sense for where the market, what the market wants to do, right? Just looking at Bitcoin is cool, but when I look at the altcoins individually, I also get a sense for what the market as a whole is looking to do and how it's expressing that. You know what I mean? How all of that's being expressed. So it just looks like it wants to base. Alright? So yeah, that's my read. Akansha says I too feel next bull run it will be on price discovery. Yeah, a lot of things are going to be in price discovery. But yeah, this for sure, XLM is going to be in price discovery if it goes into impulsive price action. Because if it remains in a corrective mode, then it'll just stay ranged. And it may break out slightly, but it'll stay essentially in a range of that price action up and down and up and down and up and down. All right, that's it for me, guys. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I won't see you tomorrow, but I will put something out tomorrow as usual. And yeah, hopefully we get a freaking move. I am so tired of this correction consolidation phase. I'm looking to have some fun in crypto. All right, take care. Bye.